His whole career has been devoted to getting Britain out of the EU, so on one level, what was about to happen should not have been a surprise.
I couldn't possibly achieve more than we managed to get in that referendum, and so I feel it's right that I should now stand aside as leader of UKIP. During the referendum campaign, I said, I want my country back. And what I'm saying today is I want my life back. And it begins right now. Thank you.
He did resign after last year's general election, though, so...
You have stepped down before, famously, and returned. How can we be sure that won't happen again?
I was persuaded to come back for one reason, and that was to fight this referendum. And I'm very pleased I changed my mind just over a year ago and came back and fought this referendum. I won't be changing my mind again, I can promise you.
It's over 20 years since he first stood in a by-election.
The message that the UK Independence Party is giving is a message that has been given on behalf of the British people.
He missed out then, but he made it to the European Parliament, where he established his own style.
Ask yourself a question. Would you buy a used car from this commission?
He had his own style campaigning too, as he tried and failed several times to become an MP. In 2010, he nearly died when the plane he was flying in crashed on election day. But he finally had his moment with the referendum.
Let June the 23rd go down in our history as our Independence Day!
But this was the way UKIP's only MP greeted today's news. And Douglas Carswell told me later he rejected his own party's campaign.
Vote Leave won not because Vote Leave campaigned as an extension of UKIP. On the contrary, it ran as a repudiation of that angry nativism. It ran as a generous campaign.
So Leave won in spite of Nigel Farage, is that what you're saying?
You could put it that way, but I don't want to be unkind or ungenerous on the day of Nigel's departure.
And UKIP watchers say the party's future now depends on how Britain pulls out of Europe.
If that negotiation fails to deliver fundamental reform of things like free movement and immigration, then there will be significant potential for UKIP in the future.
He stays a member of the European Parliament, and we probably haven't heard the last of him, but we should be hearing a bit less.